Hello. This is a video response to the comments left by Wikimon and also by MeIoco, I think. Forgive me for butchering that name. First, I'm going to read the comments and then I'll respond. If I made a snake pit and lowered you into it until you said you loved me, that would make me a good person? Creating hell, then offering to save us from it, believing this is a moral act of a perfect, just, benevolent God is just insane. And then MeIoco, your comments were, you completely missed the point, bro. Atheists are not mad at God. We use the violent passages in the scripture to show you the contradictions within them. God does not exist. It's absurd to be angry at something that does not exist. I'll start with that last statement first, since it's fresh on my mind, I guess. You're right. To be angry at something that doesn't exist would be insane. However, you have to remember that you only believe that God doesn't exist. You cannot prove that. In fact, it's impossible to prove a negative. How do you prove somebody, how do you prove to somebody that something isn't? Do you bring it up to them and say, see, this isn't? You can't do it. You cannot prove a negative. Therefore, although I know you sincerely believe that there is no God, and I understand that, and that is your right, and I'm not knocking you for believing that, but you have to come to the realization that you believe that, just like I believe that there is a God. And I would add to that my experience has proven to me that there is a God. You might say the same with your belief. I don't know. As I want to touch on you said something about violent passages in Scripture. You're right. There is a lot of scriptures that are violent, including the ones that Wikimon are referring to, and the fact of the destruction or hell, the lake that burns with fire. You're right. Those do seem to contradict the fact that the scripture is plain that God is love. But they only contradict on the surface. I'll give you a good illustration. Sometimes my kids fight, and one of them might come to me. He does often. One of them will come to me. Excuse me. One will come to me and say, hey, so and so hit me. And if I don't punish the other child, then the one who has the complaint says to me, you don't care about me. Isn't that interesting? Because I wouldn't dispense justice, that's my job in the household as father, is to dispense justice. If one son does something to the other son, I'm to punish the son that's offended. So if I don't dispense that justice, then the one who is offended, he feels like I don't care about him. Interesting. In other words, justice is a part of love. If I love someone who is innocent, excuse me, if I love someone who is innocent, then I'm going to step up and give justice. I'm going to make sure that whoever has hurt this innocent person will pay. If a government does not care about the people who are abused or hurt by wicked people, then that government doesn't care about its people. And pretty soon that government will lose its right to rule one way or another, if through revolution or through votes, whatever. Well, it's the same way with God's government. If God didn't have justice, then sooner or later somebody's going to cry out, "You don't care about me." The fact is God does care about us, and that's the very reason why there is justice. Does that make sense? Now, another